Yes, boys, welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. And in this video today, my guys, I'm going to be going over the Android category and explaining to you guys why they do not have a good leader at all. So before I get into this, there's a quick disclaimer. Yes, I've used Androids quite a bit, and no, I do not have the latest Androids pulled. But as you can see, Worldwide Chaos or Future Saga is their leads, not even Android, so they're not needed as an Android leader, so that doesn't count. So before I go into my actual, whole explaining why, just remember, if you do like Dokkan content, don't forget that like button and all that other good stuff. But before I get into it, I want to quickly go over what makes a good leader, or just a few things about what makes a good leader. So first of all, just an example of a good leader right here. I got my boy LR Goku Frieza. And the reason why this guy is considered a good leader in my eyes is because, first of all, it's over 170%. 170% or over, or just 170% key plus 3. That's what you want. That should be the bare minimum these days of leader skills. And then the next part is you want leaders to do certain things, right? Because you're running two of the same unit. Now with this unit right here, since it is so strong, it is worth to build the team around this unit. Give this the linking partner, give this the support, so you can run one-on-one rotation, one on the other one. And because it's so strong as a leader, that is a viable strategy of doing things. So that is why this unit is a good leader. Then let's go and check the 16 strength. And for instance, I could do Cooler or Bojack, for instance. So Bojack, another 170% lead. That's some really good stuff. And the main thing about this unit is it is a support unit. So because it is a support unit, that means you can run it on the float, which is amazing, because any support unit that are also 170% leaders are like one of the best leaders there is. Or this guy and Cooler does also give you the option of, if you want to put him on a main rotation, you can do. And you can also have, since you're running one as a leader and one as a friend lead, you can transform one and not the other, and then that can occupy a rotation if you want to do so to get those links active. So because of those reasons, Strength Bojack, really good leader. And now let's get quickly into the Android category, and I will be going over all their viable technically leads and why I just don't like them, or why they're not really usable from my end, or because I love Androids as a team. The units are strong, but the leaders let us down. Let's go into it. So first of all, I'm going to go over MVP 17. Now, of course, really good because 170%, that covers one criteria. But then what do you really do with him? I mean, first of all, he gives key plus 3 and a bit of defense. He gives no offense. That's a really bad thing. Key and attack, that's nice. Just giving a bit of defense, pretty meh. And the worst thing about this guy is, yes, he gives himself attack 120%, but other than reducing damage when your HP is a bit lower, he just doesn't have any defense of his own. So this guy on the float, especially if you're at full HP, this guy takes a big hit, you probably are going to die. Like, that's his main problem. So he's not too strong to put on main rotation. His support's a bit weak on float anyways. I mean, I don't really respect that. And also, yeah, no built-in defense. I mean, he doesn't do any utility anyways, and no orb changing, nothing of the sort. So yeah, not good in my book. That's why I'm making this video. So that's one down. Which others to go? There aren't that much, by the way, so this isn't going to be a crazy long video, So the next one will be Android 13, and this guy is the one people should be running, technically, one of them. Now, yes, he's 170% attack and defense. HP, I'm not going to go into HP, but so first of all, he is amazing. Attack and defense 130%, that's okay. Androids category, key plus 2 attack and defense 30%, that's what you want to see. But then After turn 5, you turn from the potentially the best android leader there is to this piece of trash. Now, he's just awful. Like, unless you're fighting a Goku unit to get that guaranteed crit, like the transformation over 13%, maybe 26%, maybe additional attack and defense, just is not worth the trade-off. So you have 5 turns of him being a good support, and if you're running a full android team, he just turns into somebody that you don't really want on main rotation. He does nothing on the float. He's just useless technically. So again, if you're doing Dokkan events and really small things that any team can do, yeah, run this guy. But if you want to, you know, you're doing some Infinite Dragon Ball History, Legendary Goku event, Legendary Vegeta event, you're gonna feel him become so much worse once he transforms. And that is the main problem. I mean, which makes no sense because this guy came out after Strength Cooler. So Strength Cooler had the optional active skill, and they made this guy mandatory. I don't understand what they were thinking. Maybe they just don't like androids. That is how it is. Next on the list for the android leads, 2 of them I'm going to cover because they're pretty much close to the same thing. So this guy, he has an android leader skill for Ki plus 400 attack and defense 150% and all that stuff. And this unit has the exact same thing. The only difference is this guy has extreme physical, this guy has GT bosses. Now, first of all, out of these 2, this guy, other than being okay defensively, does nothing on the float. And he is 150%, not even 170%. That's a no in my book. Even though Ki plus 4, yeah, that's really nice. Androids have some of the best supports in the game. So, you know, I don't really think this team was lacking in Ki. You get some units that link up massively. You know, you got a bit, the cell rotation does amazing together. You got some crazy supports in here. You can just see them all around here. So Ki was never an issue really with this team. And this guy, or this unit, sorry, is better than the LR Super 17 for leading, because they actually give Ki plus 2 attack 40%. Now, you know, attack 40%, that's pretty good. That will give you some big numbers. But the only problem is this unit isn't that crazy defensively, and also again 150% on the leader skill is gonna put it down a notch. So there is no proper crazy good unit to run that covers all bases, unfortunately. Now, the last leader I'm really going to check out is going to be EZA Android 21, because it's 160%. So yes, you're missing that 10% bonus, which, you know, I think is kind of a big deal. I don't know about you guys, but you know, this unit does a lot of things. You know, it's got crazy attack, crazy defense, you'll be hitting some crazy numbers. Honestly, it's hard to decide whether you go and run this unit or you run this unit. There's no in between really for leaders, because this guy obviously isn't going to be hitting as hard as this unit, but this guy does have the good support. So honestly, running this guy, waiting for him to transform, having 2 on float, it does hurt the team not having good floats, since you have 2 of these guys clogging up the floaters. But you know, it is what it is. Once he transforms, at least he tanks. So I would give it to him as the best leader. But of course, this is always an option. I mean, you see the same thing in, I think, Realm of Gods. I think, if I can find Realm of Gods with this new stuff. Oh, I don't need to actually look for Realm of Gods, but this guy is being used mainly as the Realm of Gods leader, even though he is only 160%, just because, you know, he's much better to run than running something like Super Physical Beers at 170%. So yeah, that is the 2 differences I would go on about. But let me know what you think about the Android team, because I do like the units. I think the units are super strong. The team has very nice potential, especially with the new one that came out. It's just the Android team as a whole together needs a better lead. give them a leader that supports at 170%, or, you know, wait for the 200% meta anyways that's coming. So hopefully they do get a better leader, and I wouldn't mind running them in the future. Anyway, that's been me here. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, hit the sub button, all that good stuff. If you didn't like it, comment down why you didn't like it. Maybe you love the Android Elite. And I'll see you on the next video. Kizandokkan bouncing out.